Well, what a night again. You catch me here, guys and girls, on the next morning. Decided to check the baits after, well, you'll see in a second, a fairly good night in my opinion. So, what are we doing this session? Well, if you followed along, you're probably going to go, oh, mate, you're boring me a bit now, but on the same swim again as I'm usually on this deep water pit. And you've guessed it, the same approach, as you can see there, lead clip system, and good old boilie. And boilie, if you're watching this at the time of me posting this video, boilies do definitely come into their own now, don't they, for the next, 6-8 weeks, depending on how mild it does continue. So, but I'll certainly be starting to think of implementing naturals now, so keep your eyes peeled. And talk about keep your eyes peeled, before we get into this, I'm off to France, and I'm so excited. My mate's even more excited. So you will find us in France for a week on John Tree 8, and I will be doing probably a 3-part sort of mini series of that session, because I'm going to take you from A to B. We'll go in depth about what we're doing, what tactics, and see what works. Wes and I fish probably slightly different. I'm probably going to keep on an approach like this, most probably after assessing the lake for a good couple of hours before we decide. But anyway, let's have a look. So for all you guys and girls that have never seen one of my videos, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Real big thanks to all of you guys. And second of all, let's get into the tactics then. So let's talk about bait. Now, I touched on boilies. I fish boilie only approach here, and will do until things start getting really cold and I have to start switching stuff. And I've already got a plan for that. Something that's worked really well in the winter for me. So I'm actually, I hate to say it, quite looking forward to the colder weather just to try and see if these things work. Now, if you haven't seen, sorry, I digress, the video where I blanked on here for 2 nights and then went on to the notoriously hard lake on this complex and had a 31 in like 45 minutes, which is now my PB common, I noticed a lot of snails in there, and I've gone and bought myself some little imitation snails. That'll be interesting. So I can't wait to actually get back from France, as funny as that sound, get back on this venue. I'll probably be thinking, I wonder what's happening over there. But hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be too busy with the 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s that reside in that lake. And there's one big sturgeon. And I'm going to start putting it out there in the universe that I'm going to catch that one big sturgeon. I'm going to do it now. There's a big cat as well. But anyway, so yeah, boilie only. What do I do with these boilies? Well, I soak them in amino acid as soon as I get my bulk order in. And then I do this. Yeah, put a lovely coating of smoke over the top as well. Aminos this time of year, well, throughout the year, other than pre-spawn carp, is the way to go, guys and girls. If you're not, you don't have to worry about being on the smoke if you don't want to. If you're not a DNA person, I'm religiously a DNA person now, for the time being at least. But any type of amino attraction additive, I would certainly be going to do some research if you don't do it already. So boilie only approach, usually start off with around 1 kilo across the 3 rods, and sort of 6.5 to 8 wraps on this swim. About 5.5, 6 is where you'll find the thick weed. About 3/4 a wrap further, I found a nice clean gravel bar. There is dots of gravel in this, but beyond that is a bit of sort of clay, harder ground, and then silt, and then the big drop off to the 20 foot. So nice little spot, this one. And I hear you, and James, what about the rig? Well, thank you, lucky stars, that I'm gonna share with you a rig. No, you've probably already heard of it, and that is the Daryl Peck's version of the stiff multi-combi rig. I tell you, I've tried a few rigs in my time, and I'm obsessed with fluorocarbon. My mate will tell you, snapped off a few of them ready-made Ds before, and my mate's always gone, that's fluorocarbon, because it is that much stiffer, isn't it? And I tell you what, my mate Wes, who you'll see with me in France, if you watch that video, he said, we need to try this in France. And I was like, do you know what, screw that. I get to go every week. Not sounding big-headed, because not everyone does, so apologies. But I get to go every week. Why don't I watch out for that bush, first of all? That was very silly. Stop it. Why don't I try this rig? Because I can give it a good go. And that's what I did. And I haven't looked back. And do you know what? It's so easy to make. At first it weren't, but now I've been sitting here making them for France. And I'll tell you what, just put in the comments for me if you want me to do a tutorial of this rig, because I've watched other people do it and it seems more complicated on their video. So not saying I could do a better job, but maybe I can present it in a different way. So pop it in the comments, guys, if you do want me to show you. So talking about comments, some of you might say, listen mate, you started this comment competition. I want to win some free vouchers and you haven't posted any. Again, I'm not going to do it on this session, but I'll do another 3 for the next, 3 videos for France, albeit that we catch enough for me to do 3 videos. But yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I assure you, by say the middle of October, that's when I'll be doing the raffle. All right, so at least you'll have a chance to win some vouchers for your autumn sessions. That's obviously not a bad thing. And you just remember, the more times you answer on each video the question correctly first, the more times you get put into the raffle. So go ahead and scan through my old videos if you haven't seen the questions. Okay, there are a few there, and I need to upload from another channel that I was doing. There's loads of sessions, actually, Carpy sessions, that I need to upload, and I'll have a look through that and get some uploaded. I upload once a week, generally a Thursday night or Friday, but I'll see if I can just pull a few more forward and give you a few more whilst we're away in France, just in case it's a little bit longer, until I can post the France video, or the first one of the French videos. France videos. Bloody hell, I need to go back to school. And talking of school, all I'm going to say is I got kicked out of French GCSE, and I'll tell you that joke not that joke, well, it is a bit of a joke, but not really, is it? Well, kind of. Anyway, I'll tell you the story on the first France episode. There you go. Something to look forward to, right? Yeah, okay. Yes. So, but just bear in mind with the comment competition, you're going to have to allow me your email address. Now, I'm not going to sign you up for anything dodgy. I can assure you that. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to suddenly get a load of Dayton emails or Nigerian King emails. Don't worry, you won't get anything like that. I will literally need to send you the e-voucher. And talking about the vouchers, I'll let you choose within reason. So if your company, your bait company, your tackle shop, whatever, I'll converse with you over email. If you're happy to do a little video live, just receiving, so everyone knows this is real, great. If not, if you're happy for me to mention your name, whatever, because I will want to just make sure people are not thinking that I'm getting you to comment to boost my views. Yes, it would help my views. The more you interact, guys, I love it when you interact. Even if you give me a thumbs down, please do it. Like, I want to know feedback, because, I'm a full-time worker, and this also takes a lot of my spare time. So, but all that matters is I give one person a bit of enjoyment watching fish, or sharing the odd little tip that they might have not thought about. Then my job is done, because it's all about helping people. And not touching on it too much, but we're in such a selfish, uncaring world now. It's actually nice to give something back. But anyway, obviously, if I get monetized, it helps me. I'm not gonna hoodwink you, of course, but that will then enable me to do more and to post more. Anyway, whilst I check that last rig and get wrapped up, if you are still awake at this time, shall we see how last night went? Okay guys, well, this one took a little longer than the previous session. 12:30, which is a typical bite time here, I found. And not the biggest fish in the lake, certainly not. But what a little cracker. Absolute little cracker, this one. Probably the smallest one I've had out of here actually, but that's that old saying, when they look like this, it doesn't really matter about the size. And I'm not just saying that. Look at that fish. What a little belter. And this side is just as banging. Bigger apple slice scales. The little blemishes this one's got as well. Just unbelievable really. The quality, the absolute quality of fishing here. Well, it's definitely not the biggest I've had so far in this year-long campaign. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful. Probably what, 16 is it? Something around that. The blemishes. The big scales. Absolutely bloody incredible, that fish. There she goes. Imagine that in a few years' time. Well, imagine that, and then take a look at this fish. It's another wake-up call. It's 5:30 this time, so give me a few more hours sleep at least. And something a little bit bigger than last time. £28 and 12 ounces. And alright, lovely fish this is. Don't know why I've gone a bit northern there, but that's a little bit more like it, isn't it? This one needs no words, I don't think. Like I always say, every fish is a banger. It's got to be up there for a very perfect mirror. Imagine it in 5 years. What more could you want from a mirror, Carp? Just look at that sunrise coming over there. Another one with a bit of a sort of blemish, really. Look at that fish, 28-12. What a scaly banger. You beauty. Not a bad little night then. Who could grumble at that? And the funny thing is, last session I caught 2 mirrors with the starburst style scales, and this time I caught 2 mirrors with both with blemishes, which is a bit bizarre how each time they all look the same. But anyway, you'll catch me more on here. But have I told you? I think I told you I'm going to France tonight. I'm only joking. Keep your eyes peeled for that then, guys and gals. We'll have jokes. We love pranking each other and that. So I'm sure there'll be a prank or two. If you like having a laugh, if you're a bit more serious, then you can skip them bits. But for you multi-species anglers who are probably going to go, mate, last year you were catching tench, barbel, chub. There will be stuff like that coming up in the winter. But let me tell you a little secret if you haven't clicked off already. The pike that go in this one and the adjoining lake, they go, I think the record was 33, and that was caught about 3 years ago. The record for the lakes, I mean. So imagine that for that fish still in here. It's got to be mid-30s, right? And a lot of 20s. So you know what I'll be doing when we're allowed to be pike fishing. I cannot wait. But carp anglers, don't despair. I'll still be down here in the depths of winter, and I'll share a few tricks to help you keep warm. And no, it's not ordering the local brass. Well, bad joke that. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for stopping in, for watching this whole entire video. Again, if you feel like it, hit the subscribe button. If you want to make this boy's day and get more likes and comments than ever before on a video and share a bit of good karma, then I plead you to do that. It's up to you though. Don't worry if not, but I believe karma's real, and the more good you put out in the world, the more you'll get back. So think about that for your next session. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get my arse in gear for France, get all prepared. But for now, I wish you all the best on your next session. Tight lines.